All right, guys, I'll make a quick crypto video here. I wasn't gonna make one, but kind of an interesting time in crypto. At least an interesting couple days it's been, and tomorrow's supposed to be that big Jackson Hole meeting, which what a weird name for a place, but it's where the Fed's going to come in, Powell's going to come in, and he's basically going to announce if he's going to cut rates or not. The entire stock market right now, but more importantly, the Bitcoin crypto market is essentially just on hold, waiting for Powell to make this speech tomorrow where he's going to announce if he's going to cut rates or not. I'm really making this video because it's going to be an epic trade. So as you guys know, I've been trading Cardano, and I haven't bought back in yet, and Cardano's at like 85 cents right now, basically the same place we were yesterday when I made my video. But if we get an announcement tomorrow that Jerome Powell is going to cut rates, we're probably shooting right back up to $120,000 Bitcoin like within like 20 minutes, and we're probably going to get $1 Cardano, like all within an hour. Probably get like a $200 Solana. You'll probably see Ethereum go right back up to all-time highs. If we don't get the rate cut announcement tomorrow, you're going to see probably $108,000 Bitcoin. Cardano's probably going back down to 75 cents. Ethereum's probably going under $4,000. In the long run, does it really matter? Not really. I mean, obviously, I want to get a rate cut. I want to see the crypto markets pump tomorrow. But if we don't get a rate cut tomorrow, it'll eventually blow over. People will forget about it. And then we'll probably end up getting a rate cut like sometime in the fall. We're definitely going to get a rate cut at some point before the end of this cycle. The question is, are we getting one tomorrow? I hope we do. But as far as a trade, what I'm doing, I can tell you guys, I have my app ready for tomorrow. If Jerome Powell comes out, like I'm not really doing much tomorrow, so I'll be listening to this speech. If he comes out and even hints at a rate cut for September, I'm basically just buying right back into Cardano, my trading bag, and it's going to be an epic trade. If not, I'm not going to buy back in, and I'll probably be waiting for like a 78 cent, maybe like a 75 cent Cardano. I mean, we might not dump that low. Maybe we'll just dump to like 80 cents or 79 cents. But it's an epic trade tomorrow, and everybody's waiting for it. It really is kind of ridiculous. I mean, every story, it's the biggest headline on CNBC. Fed Chair Powell set to deliver big Jackson Hole speech Friday. Here's what Wall Street expects. Now, apparently, like a week ago, it was like an 80% chance, 90% chance we were going to get that rate cut. Well, now all the betting odds have it down to 50%, which is kind of interesting.
If I had to put my own probability on it, it's under 50%. I'll give you 40%. I'm
Really?
still in the done and done camp. I don't think they're going to cut. And they've got two more inflation numbers, and they got one payroll number ahead of them. And I won't be surprised if the inflation numbers run a little bit hot. And I think payroll's going to be up 100,000.
Do you think it's more about inflation running warm, or that the jobs aren't as bad as we think?
I think it's, can I pick door number one and door number two?
Yeah, so all the big time guys right now are like 40, 50% chance we're going to get the rate cut. And Powell, as you guys know, really just wants to piss off Trump, and Trump wants a rate cut. So if Powell can get away with not doing it, he probably won't do it. I mean, what am I thinking? I really have no idea. I mean, it's like a 50-50 shot. I hope he does it because, like I said, there's a timing issue, and I really want to see Cardano go back over $1. And if he does announce the rate cut, it's going to happen probably this week. But I really have no idea. I mean, if I had to bet, I'd say probably, but again, it's really like a 50-50 shot. So tomorrow, I think, is the big day. If you're trading and you're out and you have dry powder on the side, just listen to this meeting tomorrow and just have your app open like during the meeting. And if he says rate cut, if he hints at a rate cut, announces a rate cut, just go on and buy your favorite crypto. Another reason you want to be buying altcoins over Bitcoin, you see Bitcoin dominance. Today's been kind of a down day. Like I said, everybody's just waiting for this rate cut. Bitcoin dominance is at 58%. Yesterday it was at 59. Last month it was at 59. Bitcoin dominance is coming down. Like you think with all this uncertainty right now with the whole rate cut thing and Powell and whatever the hell else is going on, you think Bitcoin dominance be back up to 60%. It's not. Altcoins are actually holding on quite well. Cardano is holding on quite well. We're in alt season, guys. We just have these speed bumps as far as like, with the whole rate cut situation, whatever's going on in the world. But we're in alt season because altcoins are actually holding up quite well. You still got Ethereum at 4,200. So you're going to see these altcoins up 20, 30% tomorrow if we get a rate cut. Maybe 50% in the next couple of days. Like I said, if we don't get the rate cut, we're going to drop 20%. You could buy some of these altcoins right now and just like make it like a Hail Mary play, but that's stupid. And that's why a lot of people aren't buying anything right now. And that's why the market's just the market's actually down, but it's just kind of hanging out between 112.5 and 13,000. People just aren't doing anything. They're completely waiting. So my advice, hang out on the app tomorrow. Have your trading app and your Coinbase app or whatever you're using, and just listen to this speech whenever it is. It's at some point tomorrow. And as soon as you hear any hint or the announcement about rate cuts, go all in. If he comes out and says, we're not looking at doing rate cuts just yet, immediately, sell what you got maybe if you're looking to sell. But I would actually not be in anything right now if I'm trading, just to basically play it safe. But if you are in something right now, basically if he says, hey, look, I'm not looking to do a rate cut, just sell your trading bag of altcoins and buy back in 2 days when they're probably going to be down 20 or 30%. But again, most likely we're probably going to get a rate cut, but all these analysts coming out right now saying we're not, at this point, it could go either way, is basically what I'm trying to say. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's just really interesting how this is like the number one story right now. And I don't get why it's such a big deal. Like if it does a rate cut tomorrow or next month, or what's till October, November, it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But when it comes to these risk assets, it really does make a big difference. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. See what happens tomorrow. This could be a big moneymaker for trading. It could be a big moneymaker for your long-term bags tomorrow, because we're definitely going to get over $1 Cardano probably this weekend if we get a rate cut announcement. But again, if we don't, we're going back down to like a 75-cent Cardano, at least temporarily, for maybe like the next 4 or 5 days until it kind of blows over and people, we're going to get one of those throw the baby out with the bathwater dumps tomorrow that I always talk about. If we get bad news in the rate cuts, everybody's just going to drop everything. We drop 15, 20%, and then it comes back, a couple of days later. So, that's how it always goes in crypto. But hopefully we get lucky, we get the rate cut, and we're going to have a really good weekend. But as of right now, it's a flip of the coin. Nobody knows it. Every big-time investor right now is at 50-50. I was listening to Arthur Hayes today. He was on Crypto Banter. He was talking about how he doesn't even really expect one until later. So nobody really knows. Nobody really knows right now, and that's why you're seeing the market's completely boring and the stock market kind of down a little bit. People are just all going to be just waiting for tomorrow. And the thing is, you want to be the first one on your app to buy back in if we're getting a rate cut. But, we're going to be competing against millions of other people. But like I said, any hint of a rate cut for tomorrow, just go all in. If not, just buy back in 2 or 3 days after we dump 15, 20% or 30%, whatever it is. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll probably make another video tomorrow. It is interesting. It's been boring in crypto. At least this is something to kind of look forward to tomorrow. It's going to give us something to do. At least we have an event to look forward to. So, hey, at least it's keeping us entertained. All right, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.